back. It's Thursday. Thank you for listening. Really excited, like I am every week with my guests. But today, good buddy.
Hey, Graham. Hi.
Graham K. I was going to give you an introduction.
I messed up my own intro. Shit.
I was like,
I panicked.
You did panic. You thought I was just going to not say anything and like cut to you and be like, "Have you ever been on a podcast before? What's wrong with you?"
I don't know. Is this? I'm used to the radio. In the radio, they make you introduce yourself.
Oh, do they? Oh, yeah, those like early morning radio gigs where you have to like go and like promote the shows.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know who it's for.
No, I've never once gotten anyone from going, "Hey, I heard you on News Talk Radio today when I was driving on the fucking."
The people that listen to those radio shows go to bed at 7 p.m.
Yes.
They're not going to a comedy show at 9.
No, they're
anyway.
not. They're not going to bed. But they're also, you're in the middle of your car driving. Steph Tolev is going to be at, and you're putting down the information. Like, it doesn't make any sense. No one's taking this down. No one wants to do it.
No.
I got told today, I got a face for radio. Love to hear that. Isn't that nice? I get that a lot.
That's not good. That's not nice.
It isn't good.
Yeah.
And
what a fucking hacky joke.
It's so hacky.
Yeah.
This is the problem with trolls. You're so fucking hack. So the new one now, this is the new hack. I posted a video that's going viral right now. One of my least funny clips I've ever posted in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was a riff.
Those do the best.
Nothing. It wasn't anything. It's over 2 million on TikTok right now. Every comment. Is she trans? What is that?
Oh,
what
Jesus
is that
Christ.
thing? That's a trans man. What bathroom do they use? Every comment. Today, a woman.
That's probably helping the algorithm.
Oh, it's helping it so much.
Yeah.
But I'm blocking them, people. But like, it's helping so much. But today, a woman who literally has no eyebrows and takes like a pencil and goes, draws her eyebrows on. Every photo's her and her kids. What the hell is this thing, a man or a woman? And I DM'd her personally. I was like, what the hell's your problem?
Yeah.
When it's a woman too, I'm like, what do you? Go raise your kids.
Yeah, that's
you psychopath.
Super fucked up.
But it was so many. Like usually if it's like a couple here and there, I'm like, whatever. But it was like 500 people being like, is that trans? Also, even
that
if
makes
I was,
me furious.
Nothing wrong with trans.
Yeah.
Why do you fucking care? Graham!
We haven't talked to God about that. I got to ask my Lord Jesus.
You have to ask the praise be. But
I believe in ghosts, and I have to ask the biggest ghost there is if it's okay to cut off your pee-pee. And then if it's not, I'll get fucking pissed.
You get so pissed off.
I'll get so fucking pissed off.
It's like, what people are so annoyed. Like, why aren't they answering? What are they? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
What do you need to know? What does it matter what I have down there? It's sick. It's odd
sick
to want to know what genital somebody has.
It's sick.
So what a bizarre thing. I don't walk by people and go, what's under there?
But do you
show it?
But do you have a dick? What do you got?
I don't want anyone to know. Okay. Now we're keeping it.
Well, I think you got a great look, and that makes me fucking furious.
Well, thank you, Graham.
When I did a big goal of mine, and I know it's like maybe an outdated goal, but I was so excited because I love the history of comedy. Do the Tonight Show, do comedy on the Tonight Show, and then when you do comedy on the Tonight Show, they post it on YouTube. You post your clip, and then,
great clip, good set.
Thanks.
Great set.
And I would say 10 out of 10 comments were his head is a perfect square. Why is his head a perfect square? Is it only me? Or is his head a perfect? No, it's not only you. Scroll down. It's America. And then people started posting pictures of the guy from like Roblox or whatever, the like that building game that kids play that's a very square.
Okay.
And there's like a guy that has a square head. Not Lego. No, it's like a video game that kids play where they build worlds. No. Yeah, whatever.
You're a square head.
I have a square head.
Yeah.
I have a gross square head.
But
no, I'll never find love.
But this is
and
so
that's what they need. They need me to know that.
They need you to know that. I literally
Minecraft. I have Minecraft head. What? Where's my camera?
yeah. The reel's gonna be a perfect square, and just you're gonna zoom in your full head. Here's the thing: if I posted the hot guys that I'm fucking right now, then I guess they're all gay. If I'm a guy, they're all gay. I don't want to tell you. I'm fucking some hot guys. I need to keep constantly repeating this because
I listen to this.
I think my ex is, so I'm purposely letting him know that he is so below the men that I am fucking. That it's crazy.
What? Come to think of it, I do remember you pulling up to this podcast in a Corvette. Two hot guys.
Yeah. They were both sucking on either tit.
Yeah.
As I walked up.
Yeah, it was a 3-seater Corvette.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Susan in
steering
the
wheel in the middle. 2 guys on either side. You were driving.
Yeah.
And they were sucking on your tits.
Yeah, we're sucking a tit each. Yeah. Really going to town.
Yeah,
it is hard to focus when there's different rhythms of the sucking. If they were sucking at the same time, it would feel better.
Men are stupid.
Men don't get the rhythm. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm fucking one tonight. I'm fucking a hot man tonight.
That's fucking awesome.
It is nice. It is fucking awesome. I'm enjoying it. He's got a mirrored wall.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got
One time I was fucking a lady. I was giving her the biz, the old grandma biz. And then she had one of those like closets that is a mirror.
Yeah,
like
it's that. It's that. It's not a fucking
2 giant mirrors. I take a peek over, see what it looks like. See what it looks like to be, Graham giving someone the biz looks like. And she started calling me a narcissist. She was like, I was like, but how am I not? Is it weird? It's just a giant mirror.
But
it's kind of hot.
It is hot. It's hot to watch. I'm not looking at myself in the mirror.
I was kind of seeing. I wasn't. But I wanted to see what it looked like if I was. You know what I mean? I was looking at her. She's definitely a big part of it. I'd say she's half of it.
It's almost very hard to just isolate just you in this scenario.
Yeah.
You're just squinting one eye, just trying to get.
There he is.
There he is.
Finally.
Hey.
The feel of a woman with the look of me. Good. Finally, she goes, ooh, they got bigger. I'm like, shut up. Shut up, you.
Shut up, you. I'm looking at me.
I'm looking at me. Sort of it makes me harder than I've ever been.
Yeah, that would be sick if it did. If that's the one time you're like rock hard for that long, you're like, oh no, it's me. I needed to see me the whole time. Yeah. The last time I did mirror fucking was with my ex, and it haunted me because it was so horrendous to look at. Like it was like I cried in my pillow. It was so bad. It was like, and also the mirrors, they didn't sit up properly, so they're kind of like blurry. So
you look bigger.
Well, he looked much bigger and very distorted. And I was like, ugh, and then I was just like, I couldn't even focus.
Yeah, you want a good mirror. You don't want a funhouse mirror.
No, there's a good mirror, and I'm gonna be sucking in. I've been going to a personal trainer. Actually, my personal trainer, who I'm also trying to fuck, came to my show last night and wanted to hang out. I invited him, but I gave him the wrong time. I gave him the wrong set time, so he came too late. But I was like, God damn it! And he's like, What do you want to do now? I'm like, now I'm tired. If you saw my set, I'd be all jizzed up, had a good set. It was all, now I'm like, I did 3 shows yesterday. 1 very bad one. 2 pretty good. Okay, you're here in town.
Vermont Comedy Club.
Vermont Comedy Club. Great. No, I was in, yes.
Our buddy old Pat opened for you, I believe.
Pat Burchard, good guy, solid man. He was going on about your show.
Oh.
You have a show all about your brother with autism, and he said it's fucking incredible.
Yes, I do have a show. I am the first comedian to do a solo show.
Yes.
In the history of the world.
Yes. Big thing.
No one's ever thought about doing that.
No one's ever once done this.
Yes. But anyway, I had a bunch of material. I just released a special not about autism. And then all my new material was about my brother. And I was like doing like 45 minutes on the road of like, theme but not themed. And I was like, well, why don't I just make it into like a one-man show?
Yeah.
A solo show and like do it off Broadway. So I'm doing that.
That's fun.
This fall, and it's called My Brother Has Autism, because he does.
It'd be odd if he didn't.
He's just a dick, and I'm trying to get at
him. Does he know you're doing the show?
He does, but he doesn't really understand it. Okay. Like I'll be like, I'm doing a show about you, and he's like, why would you talk about me? And I'm like, oh, because you teach me stuff, and and people need to know what it's like to have a special brother like you, and he's like, Graham, have I ever told you about how Brian Moore wouldn't give me back my Spider-Man figurine in 1998? And then you're like, all right.
I'm trying to explain something.
It's like, no. Brian Moore smoked cigarettes and kept a very messy room. So people are like, "Why? Have you told your brother?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not like that."
Yeah,
it's like,
he's still on Brian Moore.
We've got to get past Brian Moore first.
Then we can bring him.
And then,
would you ever bring him to the show? Has you seen him perform?
I would bring him to the show. I wouldn't bring him on stage or anything. No. But I was always like, I never wanted to talk about it because I don't want people to think I'm making fun of my brother. Mm-hmm. Or like people still ask me, like a club booker in Canada who's known me for 15 years. I was like, I'm going to do this show. Can I do it there? And he's like, are you making fun of him?
Well, this is because it's Canada and they're.
What if I hit you in the head with a brick? Yeah. What do you think about that? Am I making fun of my autistic brother on stage?
Like for an hour straight. Can you imagine how horrendous that show would be?
This guy can't read so good. What a dummy. What do you think of that? Ha ha! He'll never find love. What do you think of that?
Hey, Love on the Spectrum. Have you seen that? Yeah. He could find love.
He could, but it's very hard to find.
That is, in fact, my
That's
dog.
my brother.
Yeah. So he does want to find love.
He doesn't want. He's like, girls are too much trouble, because he would go up when he went to college. Like, he was like as part of a special program at Algonquin College in Ottawa, which is like a regular college, but they had a special program for people like him, special needs people, to like learn how to do laundry and like count or whatever. And
good course.
Yeah. He'll be tough for me.
Actually, to be honestly, I should go back because I can't count. I use my fingers. Honestly.
How do I get blood out?
And only blood. That's the only
blood.
thing I need to know about. Maybe some poo-poo, but mostly blood.
Lots of poo-poo.
Little blood, but a lot of blood.
My own blood. Anyway, so he would like go to like the bookstore, or he'd like see a girl there, and he wouldn't understand that they don't have autism, and he'd like creep them out, and they'd like call the security. So now he's scared of women.
Brian Moore took my Spider-Man figurine. They were like, you should submit him to be on that show, though. That'd be. Yeah,
I got contacted about him being on the American one.
Okay.
But he couldn't do it because it's illegal for him to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they gotta do Canadian one then. What the hell is this?
They gotta do a Canadian one. Yeah.
That's a good. It's a heart-wrenching show. You watched it?
I have.
I sob at every episode.
I know.
So nice.
The best thing about it is the parents. I love, because I relate so much to the families.
Yeah.
Because they're like, he is what he is, and they're just like, and he'll say something like crazy,
so wild.
And they'll laugh.
Yeah.
And people like if you have it in your family, you know it's not like punching down. It's like that's how you get through it, and also like it is funny.
For them to say something so wild.
Well, yeah, for them to say it or do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you still love them, obviously. It's, I don't know. So that's kind of what the show is. My one-man show is pretty good segue.
Yeah, very good
is
segue.
like how to like, I have a podcast also about autism awareness, and it's basically for like family members.
Oh, good.
And so like this show is not just for people with family members, but the people who come up to me after I do stand-up, and like if I'm headlining a club and just do stand-up about it, I got like way more people coming up to me after the show, like lining up to talk to me about their personal experience, their brother or their son or whatever. And I just never had that before. Like I think I would kill more before, but this is like more connects more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's wild when you hit that point where you connect more.
Yeah.
Mine, this is such a horrendous example to use for this, but mine was like when I first started talking about having a big pussy.
Yeah.
People, it sounds so bad, but like people would DM me and be like, one girl after a show once came up to me and she was like, finally, she's like, I'm so self-conscious of mine because it's so big, but now I feel better. And I was like, oh shit, this is how I connect with people. But
no one's brave enough to talk about their big pussy.
Well, people are yapping up there, but
guys talk about their little wieners all the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of small wieners out there.
Sure there are.
I gotta find a small wiener to put in this big pussy.
Yeah. Find all the crevices. Get in there, poke around. Get in there, poke around.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's
Splunking? Oh yeah. Cave. It's cave diving or whatever.
Cave diving.
It's when they go
diving.
They go in the cave and they go in all the crevasses with a little helmet.
The crevasses.
With a little light on their helmet.
Is it crevasse or crevasse?
Ooh, well, it depends how big it is.
The bigger it is, the more vase it is.
Put a little helmet with a light on his little pee-pee. Go in there.
I love that.
Put a little smiley face on it. Time to explore.
And a GoPro.
Yeah, a little GoPro. Yeah.
This is just a doctor at this point. I'm getting a colonoscopy. I think that's what this is.
Sorry, my machine broke. This is the only way I can do it. Is by painting a little face on my little penis and putting a GoPro on.
Yeah, that's what doctors do.
Yeah.
Okay, this seems like a nice, safe doctor.
I've been getting a lot of bad Yelp reviews. Those women are whores.
And then they're like, wait a second. That's fun. Okay, this is fun. This is great. You're in LA just visiting. What's going on?
I was headlining a club in Phoenix, and then this past weekend, and then next weekend I'm headlining a club in Seattle.
Oh, nice.
So both West Coast, and I was like, why fly back to New York and then back and back and back? So I was like, see the old pals.
You did the right
LA,
thing.
Doing some shows.
Yeah, I just did the North
doing
Carolina
the Steph
backpack.
infection.
You got to do self-reflection. We've been so this is why we got to get you on because the story you got a good tale.
I got a few, yeah.
Okay, so start. Which one do you want to start with?
I did not. So here's the thing. I was sent questions prior to this
Yes.
to review,
Yes, you were.
so I'd be prepared.
Yeah.
Did not do that.
Okay, so it's the reason I want you. I don't have all my friends on. You know
Okay.
this. You're one of the very few close friends I've had
I'm
on to do
honored.
this.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's mostly because of the story. Because you got severely injured.
Which time?
Well, okay, I'm thinking the bike time. What time are you thinking of?
Oh, the time I broke my ankle, or
Okay, well, start with the ankle one, but like no, start.
it's not as good as the.
No, start with the other one. Let's get into the bike one because this is the main thing because you were severely injured.
Yeah, so I was biking, like bicycling,
Yeah.
and it's cool. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm like biking. I'm like coming back. I was like ironically on just coming back from an Advil commercial audition, and on the way to meet some friends
Where is this?
in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
And
So what casting house are you at? Just to get my own picture. People don't know where exactly, but where were you? The east? Were you like down
East.
like the Broadview area kind of thing? Like
Yeah.
the one down by the.
I forget what they're called.
Okay,
even.
I know you're talking about. I know
Yeah.
down there. Okay, I know. I'm just like the
Down there.
land. By King East.
King East, going to Comedy Bar,
Okay,
so
okay.
diagonal up.
Big
We're-
big bike. That's
We're
what
talking
45
like
minutes.
Half hour, 40-minute
Yeah, okay,
bike.
okay.
You know, I'm running late.
Yeah.
We're doing like a, some, acting workshop or something because, that paid off. But anyway, I'm like, I'm burning it. I have like a single speed. And so it's like that just to get the shape of the bike. I'm a tall guy. I'm biking where you're trying to go fast, so you're standing on the pedals. You're not seated. And
Helmet.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my chain breaks. I just found a new wrinkle to this story. Actually, I just thought of one that involves you.
I don't think I wasn't bringing that part up at the end, motherfucker. Oh, there's a big crux to this story. Oh, it does involve me. That's why I wanted this to be brought up. Okay.
Okay.
Chain breaks.
I bought a new bike, and it was cool as hell. And I biked all year.
Wait, what is
on
this now?
And this is the same story. I bought it, and this is the
Okay.
Just all right. Anyway, so I've been biking it all year. It's a good bike. I've been biking it all year. The chain breaks out of the blue. I go flying over the handlebars, and instead of like rolling, I just went straight down, and my bones were like a crumple zone. And
So what bones hit? Like give it a visual of how Susan. This is crazy how loud you're being.
well, long story short, I broke both of my arms at the same time, and you need those. You need at least one. I learned that. You can't quit arms cold turkey. You're going to want to wean off them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't. Give me a little pinky, or something. Something to
flick around.
to flick around.
So you go forward, and are you landing on both elbows? Like that's what I'm picturing. You're
Yeah.
just in the air going, and then slamming
No,
down.
like it was so quick. I was able to kind of put my arms out, and which was good and bad.
Okay. Busy street.
Good because it wasn't my face.
Yes.
But it was bad because I broke both of my arms.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that.
I was in the best shape of my life.
Okay.
I was like. Do you
have abs?
I had abs.
Oh shit. I missed abs, Graham.
The blockhead was sharp.
Oh, yeah.
And
Chiseled jaw.
sharp edges.
Yeah.
And then I went from that guy to Stephen Hawking. In one foul swoop.
Okay, so you right away. So you go to the hospital. What happens? You hit the ground.
I break my wrist. I break my clavicle. I break my hand, and I break my elbow. And I get up, and I'm like scared that I'm gonna get run over by cars because
anyone help you?
I'm in the middle of the street. Kind of. I got up and I dragged my bike with my broken arms. I was in shock. I was I was still in my head. I was like, I'm late for the acting workshop. I gotta grab my little bicycle, solder it back together, and then go hang out with Brian Hatt. And then like I like dragged my bike to the side, and like it was University of Toronto area, and then I remember that like people were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine," And then some girls like, "No. Are you okay?"
Are you bleeding or no?
No, but I like smashed myself.
Yeah.
It was just like loud and gross, and probably sounded like I broke bones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm fine, just ouch. I'm like bleeding out of my ear probably.
Yeah. Both your arms just dragging behind.
I think she was kind of hot, and I was like, chill. Nah,
I'm good.
Sometimes I just get thrashed.
Yeah.
Because it goes so fast. Anyway, so I forgot that I was living in America just prior to that, and I whatever. Long story short, had visa issues, and I got arrested, had to leave, and I like. So now I'm in Canada and back home, and I forgot that I was in Canada and that ambulances are free. And so I dragged my bike to the hospital. And by the time I got to the hospital, my arms weren't working anymore. Like the shock had worn off, and I couldn't lock my bike. I was like smashing my broken arms. Like, I'm trying to lock my bike. I was like, someone will steal this. It's like all manual.
Nobody wants that.
And then I managed to do it, and I was like, oh fuck. And just before like my fingers ran out of time, I like sent a text to all the people I was about to meet, being like, fell off my bike. I'm at this hospital. I'm in the emergency room. I think I'm pretty badly hurt. And then, so they all came.
Oh, wow. Because they're like, we got to finish this reading.
Yeah.
They were still blocking the scene. You in the bed.
And they came an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
And they said, Graham, then they showed up and talked about the scene.
Yeah.
And they showed up, and like, and I had to wait, for me to see the doctor. Like, they triaged and were like, okay, this guy's not going to die. And like some nurse popped a couple Advils in my mouth, and like, we'll see you in an hour. And like I was like, hadn't eaten or something, and so like they bought like McDonald's and just like pushed it in my mouth
because you couldn't even.
Yeah. I was like, got you. And then pushed it more in, and then yeah, but there's like no like insurance if you're a comic. So it was like college season, and I had a bunch of colleges lined up that was going to pay for like half my year.
No.
So that night I was like sitting at home and I was bored. And
so you in 2 casts now? Like, how do you leave the hospital?
I leave the hospital in 2 casts, 2 slings. And I'm sitting at home like, this is boring. And I was supposed to host the Rivoli that night, and I was like, I like voice to text like Stephen Hawking, the booker, and I was like, actually, I'm gonna host. And they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So I
desperate. This is how desperate.
So
Canadian
I hop on my
unicycle.
No, I got an Uber or whatever.
I thank God.
Yeah. I actually probably got on a streetcar like a dope.
That's psychotic.
Yeah. And anyway, so I host the show, and I'm like, I'll drink my pain away. And so I'm drinking. I host a full show in 2 slings. I'm drinking, and then we go out back, and after the show, and I have some like, I'm a lightweight with weed, and I have some like. You
got weed too.
Stupid.
You're drinking. You're smoking.
Yeah. So I have weed, and then I'm like starting to feel dizzy, and like we walk back from the alleyway, back through the stage, back down the stairs. Now we're walking through the empty showroom after the show. And I'm like, I'm behind everybody. I'm like, guys. And comics, they don't listen. They're just like riffing and in their own world.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I don't feel so good. Starting to get dizzy. And everyone's like, like whatever stupid riff they're on about spaceships. And then I feel like the darkness go into my eyes, and it's like until it's just like a pinhole left, and there was no light left, and then I lost all consciousness, and both my arms are in a sling, and I fall completely backwards.
Oh my God.
Luckily, Eddie Delaseppe is behind me, and you
didn't see him because he's so tiny. He just right behind.
He was just like looking at his phone probably, and I just landed on him, and he was like underneath me like this.
Oh my God.
And he saved my life. I would have fallen straight back and hit my head.
You hit your head.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
oh my God! Thank God he was there.
Yeah, and they got Eddie out, and
he broke both his arms.
he broke both of his legs, and I was his legs, and he was my arms. But anyway, so
how long were the slings on?
So I'm like lying back there. I wake up, everyone's crowded over me, and they're like, fanning me and like, are you okay? Oh, and I'm like, I'm just fucked up. I like shouldn't have smoked weed. Let me go back home. And they're like, no, you have to go to the hospital. You have a concussion and blah, blah, blah. And so they call my girlfriend at the time, and she used to work at the Rivoli, and she was going through law school, and she had like a law exam the next morning, and they called her, and she showed up, and she was already kind of like annoyed with just me in general.
Yeah.
and I just remember kind of like looking up at, like, I was still on the floor like 45 minutes later, and she was like, like just pissed at me. And she goes with me to the hospital, and they make her like go with me to the hospital, and we spend all night at the hospital. I was just there. And they do all these tests, and of course I'm fine. And we go home at like 5 a.m, and she like, I don't know, like
did she pass?
I think she passed, but it was very hard. She would have done better or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she broke up with me.
Right then there?
No, like a week, 2 weeks later, or something like that.
So now you're armed up. You're all
armed up. And then I got to do all these college gigs, and then everyone who opened for me had to like come and like put on my socks, come to my house, put on my socks.
So you could put underwear on. How'd you wipe your ass?
I went in the shower and that
was it.
Did some like angles.
So for how long did you do this?
I would shit in the shower. No,
it's like you must at this point.
Yeah. No, I would like, I'd like have to time it and then like be at home.
Oh my God. How did you cook? How'd you eat? How'd you scratch? No scratching.
No scratching. I mean, you like a bear against a wall or something. I ordered like a lot of food. It was tough. I lived alone in like a studio that was like this. It was literally, I have a joke about it. Did it on Fallon, no big deal. And it was about, no, I did it on Colbert, a different one.
Wow.
It was like,
wow.
It was like it was like 150 square foot. Like it was very, very, very small. And
no jerking off the whole time?
I don't think so. I think
you didn't rub up against the wall like a bear.
It took me about 4 weeks. This is better somehow.
Yeah. I'm never gonna not do it like this
just
now.
Paint a smiley face on the wall with long hair. You're just like a lady, aren't you? Little flat-chested. I look around for
anybody.
Shit.
Okay, so this is the best part of the story. Is that Graham did in fact sell me this bike. So Graham moves to LA.
Yes.
Has this bike here with him.
Brought it in a box, never unpacked it. Too dangerous.
I buy the bike off him for $150.
Yeah, good deal.
Good deal. Okay, cool. I start riding around, handlebars real loose, real wiggly. They weren't great.
Why didn't you tighten them?
I tried several times. We did 2 bike shops in LA, tried to tighten them, wasn't working. It was just too big for me, it was too clunky. The handlebars were very sticky. What was that? I couldn't get rid of that. Some stick. Were you jizzing all over the handlebars after you were jerking off on the handlebar? Like the grip was so sticky.
Bike's better than the wall, it turns out.
Look, the bike handlebars are sticky. So here's the best part. So I don't want this bike anymore.
Yeah.
So our good
bad bike.
Our good buddy John Hastings moves to LA. He needs a bike. I go, you know what? Fucking take it. I hate this fucking bike. Graham gave me this fucking haunted bike. I hate it. John Hastings is riding around Cape Town. Handlebars bust off. He slams into the back of a bus and breaks his collarbone.
Breaks his collarbone. Bad.
Bad. Very bad.
Shoulder bad. Had to have shoulder surgery.
Full surgery. Full metal.
Nerve damage. He's got rods in it. And it was during the pandemic, and he was going through a divorce.
Yes. And no helmet.
No helmet. He almost died.
Because of you.
Because of me?
It's your bike. It's not my fault.
Bike handlebars were fine when I sold it to you. I rode that bike a full season after I broke both my arms.
Okay, I rode it a couple times. I tested it. I hated it.
Okay.
But now, is it my fault that John is severely injured? Or yours?
You almost killed John. No, it's not. It's my fault. But anyway, so anyway, so I was talking to John last night, and he was like, "So where'd you get that bike again?" And I'm like, "It was used." And I'm like, "No, I bought it new." He's like, "You bought it new?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "No, it was." And I'm like, "No, that's a different bike. I bought this bike new. It was from Regal Bicycles."
Okay.
You know, and then blah, 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 and then that's how you got it. And he's like, "You told me it was used. I could have sued the company. It's too late now."
Oh God! No. Oh my God!
I was like, "I did?" He's like, "Yeah."
Oh
like,
God! You could have, because he was in, because this happened to him out here.
Yeah.
So he was fucked. At least you're in Canada when all this happened. He was fucked over pretty bad.
Yeah, he was. He had
Not
healthcare,
funny.
I think.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's not in. He's like not. He's like responsible for a guy with a giant head.
he's got a bigger head than you, which is
biggest melon
wild.
in the biz. Yeah.
Oh, biggest melon in the world. Don't say
Yeah.
the biz. The biz is the biz of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. But I've never been in a bike accident that bad. The worst one, I wiped out once. It was so embarrassing on Yonge Street, and I was listening to my CD player Walkman.
Yeah, we
and
deserve
then,
it.
And then my tire got caught in a streetcar track, and then it opened, and then a CD, I think it was Limp Bizkit, went skidding across the intersection. I was so embarrassed. I was like,
"Oh no, a poor lady fell! Literally, a poor lady."
And I was like, "Excuse me." But I've never. This is okay. So your arms are fine now. You're good. You have rods in there. What's going on?
I got no rods. I didn't have to have surgery.
rods.
Very lucky. Yeah.
No surgery. All the bones healed.
Yeah, my arms are fine. My ankle hurts from when I broke that.
How'd you break that?
Well,
Let's see the time on this. Okay, we got a couple minutes for the end.
I'll make it
Sorry.
quick.
That story was long.
I was
For the
supposed.
listeners, sorry.
I mean, had some twists and turns. Was it boring?
I was joking.
Jeez.
It's a great story. What?
Yeah.
Can't give you a little razz?
I bring the heat. You razz me?
I like to razz.
All right. Anyway, so started in about 1998. When I first noticed I had an ankle.
Yeah.
No, I got booked to do a show on NBC called Bring the Funny. It films in LA. I'm living in New York. I'm excited to do it. I'm flying out on like Thursday. Raptors are in the playoffs. They're about to win a championship. They come to New York. Somebody gives me says I got free courtside tickets with free food and booze tonight to go see the Raptors play the Brooklyn Nets. I'm like, this is incredible. I'm gonna have the best day of my life, So I go out to play basketball. I'm gonna play basketball this morning, and then I'm gonna go watch the game. I play basketball with a bunch of insane comedians. I jump up to get a rebound. Some idiot jumps underneath me. I snap my ankle. Can't go to the Raptors game. Can't see Kawhi Leonard. They end up winning the championship.
No.
And then I don't tell the producer of Bring the Funny that I broke my ankle because I knew they were going to fire me.
Yeah.
So I just fly out there and I
With
land.
a swollen ankle.
No, with a cast. And they're like, "You haven't got a cast." I'm like, "Yep." Is that bad?
Oh, is this on the contract?
And then I was like, I got some old jokes about my broken arms. I'll just switch it to my feet.
Yeah.
Because it's like a comedy competition. It's like Last Comic Standing, but it's like all different types of comedy against each other.
Okay.
So like a sketch person, a sketch troupe will do their comedy, and then they had Chrissy Teigen was a judge. Kenan Thompson from SNL and Jeff Foxworthy were the three judges. And then and then they would do their thing, like the little sketch group would do their thing, then a musical act, comedy musical act, and then a stand-up, and then they would have a judge, whatever. And then there's like a live audience that they paid a bunch of like weird LA people.
Yeah, weird extras.
Anyway, long story short, I come out after a sketch group. Everyone thinks my cast is part of like a sketch, and no one believes me that I'm a stand-up. And I bomb. Chrissy Teigen said I wasn't good at stand-up. I was like, "You're Chrissy Teigen. Why are you here?"
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy said I was good. He's like the only stand-up.
Yeah.
He was like, those jokes were really good, man. I thought it was great. And I was like, I always was like Jeff Foxworthy's kind of hokey. I was like, I'm the biggest Jeff Foxworthy guy in the world now.
Big guy,
that
big
guy's
Jeff Foxworthy
fucking
head.
great. He's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So did they need to fly home?
Yeah, I'd fly home. It was the most painful flight of my life.
Say that must have been this because you're already swelling up there in the air, anyways.
I will say this. I've never been more uncomfortable for a longer sustained period of time than that flight home.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Air Canada?
No, I was flying in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good God, I don't know why that would matter. Air Canada, smaller planes. No, that's fucking a nightmare.
Yeah, metric system.
You had to watch your own special just for laughs in the back of the plane.
Just for laughs special. And everyone's going, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like
And you're
when
like,
I watch other people watch it. This sucks.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah.
Right in your face. Oh my God. Okay. So now, but your ankle still, I sprained my ankle once and it never goes away. I roll all the time. It hurts all the time.
Yeah, it hurts.
The ankle's fucked.
Yeah.
There's too much body on top carrying the ankle around.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's too much weight up here.
It's tough being a big guy.
It is.
I'm always
How tall are you?
6'4".
Oh, ladies like that though.
It's good. It's not bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's better than being. I matched with a guy who was 5'6" yesterday. He asked for my number, and I was like, I can't go through with this. I know that's so rude, but I was like, I literally looked at his profile after. I was like, oh, you're smaller than me. He's like, that's okay. I'm like, for you, maybe it's not
Yeah.
tiny.
I did go on a date with a girl who was like 5'1", and
that's
she
real.
was I remember she walked a little bit ahead of me. And she looked back and went, "Ha!" and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty tall." And she's like, "I'm just not used to it." She was weirded out. It didn't work out.
No,
She was
that's
too weirded
much.
out.
Yeah, no, that is.
Yeah, I would have felt weird, like holding her hand being up. Just like,
Also, yeah, we're across the street now.
Yeah.
I just, why is a 5'1"
Cross the street. Big curve.
Leave this, leave the 6'4" for us taller gals. What are we doing
Yeah.
here? Don't be hogging the tall.
How tall are you?
5'7", but in LA it's equals monster, so it's very large. I'm large. I'm the largest one here.
5'7" is like a perfect height. It's great. height.
Not out here. Every guy with very tiny little guy.
Yeah, they like to fit on camera.
Oh yeah, they really fit right.
I
in
once
there.
got fired from a Doers commercial because my head wouldn't fit in the frame.
On set, they're like, out of here.
They fired me. They tried to put the girl I was with on like a box, on an Apple box, and then it just looked like she would have crazy long legs with like short little arms. And then they tried to make me crouch, and I looked like a gorilla with long arms. And they're like, they liked her and not me. They liked her way more than me. And they're like, get this fucking goof out of here.
So you just left. Did they pay you?
No, I think they paid me like $100, whatever, like a day rate. But I didn't get like the thousands of dollars
That's so fucked.
that I desperately needed at the time.
Yeah, I hate that. I
Yeah.
did a gig once. Actually, it was funny. Me and Amanda booked pair and both another Canadian comedian booked a commercial, and the guy had the fucking thing on. I heard him be like, "I really don't like this girl who's the main person. Put her into Amanda." And I was like, "Could you not have said this right in front of me? Like, you also hired me. You cast me, motherfucker. I didn't want to be here.
She stinks.
She sucks.
Get her out."
They switched our roles out. Middle of the taping, I was like, okay. I'm like, I don't want to be here either. This is a non-union commercial. I'm getting paid $4. What the fuck is this? Okay, let's get to my questions.
Sorry.
Let's get to the questions that you don't know the answers to because I'm about to spring them on you because you don't know how to read an email.
Worst story you've ever heard. What's the worst thing you've ever heard? Oh yeah.
What is the worst body thing you've ever heard?
Body thing?
Yeah, see,
I've
this
ever
is
heard.
why you read the emails when I send them. Like something, I hate explaining it. Something
No, it's fine. I get it.
No.
I get it. Yeah.
something that's haunted you, something that always, you think about and it just, I don't know, you can cringe from it.
Could be something you've read or seen on TV. Could be anything, like
Anything at all.
friend story.
Uh-huh.
I have really bad OCD, and it was really bad when I was a teenager. And the way my mom ate, like she eats normally, but there was something that if she was, and I had to eat in a different room. I would eat standing up on the counter. My parents would be
Standing up on the counter.
It was the worst of it. They would be in the dining room eating, and I'd be in the kitchen on a counter just kind of eating. And my parents were like, "What do we do with this kid?"
They're like, we have 2 autistic sons.
Yeah.
You're standing, eating. That's the worst thing. So people come on here, they tell me stories like there's this one girl who sucked a guy's dick and there's a tick under the head.
Oh my God.
Well, and
That's not a sound.
No, I didn't say sound. You made up sound.
You said sound.
What's the worst body thing?
Thing. Oh, body thing.
Yeah. This is why.
I was thinking like a fart or like a
No!
like a.
No,
And I
a
was like-
fucking
I was
horrendous.
like, that's a weird one. All
I'm
right.
like, this can't be the worst. This can't be the worst thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
My mom's lips, terrifying. There's no way that can't be it.
I like that.
No, I don't like. I'm not accepting that as the answer right now. I will not.
The worst body thing I've ever
Yes,
seen.
seen, heard, read, been told.
I
Lot of dead. air with
walked
a car.
by a homeless man with a scab on his face with pus coming out of it, and I had really bad OCD,
So you had to pick it.
and it sent me into a spiral. Like, we went to a restaurant as a family, and I used to do this thing where, like, if I didn't think of like Michael Jordan when I sat down, I'd have to do it like 2 more times so I could be big and strong. Like, sit down 2 more times, and then but the pussy face would always get in my face, and then I have to shoot out the bad aura and go like kink kink. So like it fucked me up for like a year. That pussy face. I'd always be like kink 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 kink, thinking of Michael Jordan.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah.
I don't think I knew your OCD was this bad.
Oh, it was really bad. Yeah, I got sent. It's part of my new show. I got sent to like a boot camp because everyone thought I was on
really?
drugs, and I was too embarrassed to tell them. I thought I was thinking of a pussy face.
What drug do you think you're on?
That just writ large drugs.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Are you still?
Oh yeah, I haven't. I mean, I. It's a lot better now, but it's still. I mean, like when I'm tired, like I'll flick the lights like 3 or 9 times, and
Okay. Do you do that with like checking the stove and stuff when you leave the house? That
no,
classic stuff?
No. That's like fucking amateur bullshit, OCD shit. When people tell me that, I'm like, fuck you. You don't have OCD. You're not in a restaurant going
paranoid.
kink 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 kink.
Pussy face, pussy face.
Kink, 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 kink.
What about rug tassels? I know that's a big one.
Rug tassels?
Yeah, like people with OCD have to
Oh.
comb them out a lot.
It does bother me, but the thing is, like, I've got it under control for the most part. It's like I'm like sober, but I'll always be an alcoholic. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
get, is there any like weird sexual OCD thing you have? Like you're like I have to put it in.
I need to be
17
pegged.
times. Yeah.
That's it.
Once is enough.
Once is enough. Enough to make me feel like a little boy. And then I'm done.
And then that's
I'm
it.
spent.
And then the mirror must be there.
Then the mirror must be on.
must be there.
Am I a little boy? I say to myself. Yes.
Because I would feel like that would be a lot if you had to like do a certain amount of thrust or something.
Yeah. I think that like the obsessive part of OCD is really good for comedy or like being obsessive about being like good at sex or trying to be good at sex and like trying to you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. I think I not in that way.
Okay.
Plus
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Definite plus side.
Yeah. Curious. I don't know. I don't think I've ever fucked somebody with severe OCD.
Just looking at you. Kink, kink.
Yeah. Pussy face, pussy face, pussy face. I'm like,
Pussy face.
what?
It's kind of hot.
Thinking of pussy face over and
This is
over
the
again.
weirdest dirty talk.
Yeah.
Is the most uncomfortable I've ever been.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, this is it. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
It was when you
Some
were.
girl was like, "Can
jerking
I
off to
pee
your-
on you?" And I that's a definite no for me, because I have OCD, and I'd be like. Then she was like, "Would you pee on me?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna pee." First of all, how am I gonna be hard and pee on somebody? I'm gonna have to be soft. Then I'm just peeing on a lady.
Also tall, so
Yeah.
high up, a lot
Yeah.
of splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you pee? You have to pee standing up. You
Yeah.
can't be lying down.
Be like that, would go all over me.
Yeah.
I got a pretty good stream, but for God's sakes, it's got to come down. What goes up comes
Yeah,
down. That's what Newton always says. You can't pee. You got to pee standing up.
You can't be kneeling. It's
Yeah.
weirder. Kneeling over. Yeah, I never got the whole
kneeling.
pee thing. Yeah, a kneel thing.
My ankle, Christ.
My arm and my ankle. It seemed the pee thing. Danowski, another friend of ours, always would find a guy that wanted to pee on her.
Oh my God.
course.
It's you. Yeah.
Of course she did too. She's so sick. I've never, but I'm a squirter, so I think there's part pee in there.
Yeah, but it's something like it's like mostly water. That's what I've been told.
It must be water.
Don't look at me.
It's got to be water because an amount comes out and then I go pee after,
Yeah.
and it's the same amount of pee that would normally come out.
Yeah.
But I just want to know
That's
where.
good to know.
I mean, that's why I tell
I've never
myself.
heard that. That's good to know.
I mean that because I've tested it several times. I've
Yeah.
been like, okay, I pee before
Now drink
sex.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am guzzling.
It doesn't
water
taste like
during
piss
sex.
at all.
No, I've tried. I've gone down on a guy after I've squirted just to see because I'm like, is it piss?
It's not.
It's not nothing. There's a bit of a.
Comes from somewhere.
There's a bit of a.
Doesn't come from like an Avion part of your body.
No, it's like a water cooler. It's not a fresh, crisp mountain breeze, but
No.
it's got a little bit of a tangy, we'll say. It's better than Dasani, I'll tell you that. That's bad water.
Yeah.
I'd rather drink my squirt than Dasani.
That's
There's
just
a message to
distilled-
Dasani. I'd rather suck my own squirt. That's
Yeah.
so gross. You're not finding it funny. That's very gross.
I'm laughing.
I hate talking about the squirting because I think people, it's gross.
Well,
It's
you
a
should
weird
have
thing.
you should have a lot of shame.
I,
Your body's a nightmare.
it is. It's sometimes
women's
it's
pleasure
too much.
is gross.
Do you like when people squirt?
I think it's the greatest thing in the goddamn world. I feel like a king.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's so
okay.
rare, and then you're like, I'm a god. I love it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Some people don't like it.
They're maniacs.
Some people, but sometimes it's a
Yeah.
lot. Sometimes it's sometimes it can be a little
Yeah.
much. I would say
Squirt? Can all women squirt?
I think
That no one knows that.
I believe
even
deep down
doctors don't
all
know
women.
That.
I think deep down all women can. The problem is you do it.
I haven't made all women squirt. I'll tell you that right now.
I think it feels like you're gonna pee, so you don't want to do it, so you don't push through it. But I think the people that do push through it really. They push the squirt, but the problem is sometimes it's too much. Like I'm going to a guy's house tonight, and I probably have to bring some towels. It's too much.
Yeah.
We're sloshing around at this point. We're going to the beach.
Yeah, we got to get like a special mattress thing then.
I got a mattress.
Yeah,
We
sure.
might
You got to
need
get a
new
good one that
ones.
doesn't
Yeah.
feel like plastic.
We need a new one.
Those ones are tough.
Enough of my squirting.
It
puss.
also helps to be older. Like the women in their 30s generally are having a better time down there.
Oh, I think so.
You know.
We don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm confident. I used to be self-conscious. Now I'm
Yeah.
fucking. I'm opening. I'm
Yeah.
gaping. I'm flopping. I'm
Yeah.
shoving. I'm get out of here, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna score. Okay, no, this is a lot. Okay, I have other questions. What are my other questions? Now I'm zoning out my other questions. Did your parents ever say weird things to you growing up?
Yeah.
Any weird Canadianisms like don't drink too much maple syrup or you're gonna get.
Why are you doing this to our
I
country?
don't know.
My mom says Jesus Murphy, which I think is so funny.
Again, you didn't read the email at all. The email. This is the absolute opposite.
Wives' tales? Like,
Yeah.
Like if you eat the crust of your bread, you'll grow hair on your chest.
Like nothing like that.
Like a specific Canadianism or just
No,
a
just
weird
like
thing
a weird body thing that
that my parents say?
Yes.
Well, they called me a fat little piggy. And then they'd hit me.
I can't. That's not real. That's not real. You have
No,
nice
it's
parents.
not real,
What's your mom's
man.
name? It's hilarious.
Constance Hudak.
I love.
I shouldn't say that.
We
but-
can block it out, but her name's hilarious. Constance is just a funny.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never heard a person's name. Like it's in movies and stuff.
Yeah, she's a very like staunch second wave feminist, and is like, I mean, when I was a kid, I'd be like, we used to all like play outside on the street with my friends or whatever, like very multicultural. Grew up downtown, and then she'd run out. One day she just ran out. And she's like, Graham, come here. She got on her knee, and I was like, what? I'm like, I'm playing ball, and she's like, I don't ever want to catch you in a mosque or a synagogue or a goddamn church before you're 18, because I don't want those racist, sexist, homophobic bastards brainwashing you.
my
And I was like, okay.
I wasn't planning on it.
Man, I wasn't planning on it. I like to play ball. And then she's like, and then we'd be like watching the news, like 6 o'clock news, and there'd be like some like lady on there, and whose daughter just died for whatever, and she'd be crying and being like, the only thing that's keeping me together is knowing I'm going to see my daughter one day up in heaven. And I just hear my mom in the back go, fucking lunatic. I'd be like, let her have this one, Mom.
For God's sake, let the woman
sakes.
grieve.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
not
this is the one little area where it's religion's okay.
Yeah.
You see your dead daughter
believe
one
in
day
something.
again.
Oh, speaking of religion, I just threw up. Speaking of religion, I did another podcast but outside. If you know that podcast.
What?
Podcast but outside.
Okay.
With Angie Machan and Cole. It's hilarious. Anyways, random people come up off the street and sit down and talk. A 71-year-old severely religious man came up, virgin.
Oh, poor guy.
71. I know. And then
Yeah.
I told him I fucked over 150 men, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna pray for you tonight. He was very upset. Very upset.
That's why he's a virgin.
Yeah.
He's just a gay guy.
That's crazy.
And religion has ruined his life.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Whole life. And I was like, and he's like, sometimes I get urges, but you just plow, you go through the thoughts. I was like, so you're just rock hard all day.
Yeah.
Just like,
He probably doesn't masturbate either.
well, there's no way.
Probably has a ton of wet
gonna
dreams.
say-
Well, he did.
No, I was gonna say he's got the biggest balls this side of the Mississippi. His balls are the same size as your head. 2 square nuts down there. 2 big old John Hastings down there. We'll put up John Hastings' head so you guys
John
see how
Hastings
big
looks like
it is.
a baby.
Yeah.
He looks like a 36-year-old baby. But anyway, yeah. So this guy's just having 71-year-old wet dreams, just a bunch of powdered milk.
Yeah. Ew. Not again.
Dirt devils it away.
Then saves it.
Being old is not so bad.
The funniest way that you could die.
Final question. The funniest way you could die.
Fuck. I really should have read that
Yes,
email.
you
The
should
old
have.
Email. This is
God
why I
damn
wasn't
it.
good at school. My whole, all going through school, people would walk in with big science projects, like volcanoes, and I'd be like, what's this? And I'm like, the science project's due today. I'm like, what? Like, we've been talking about it for months. I'm like, really? Well.
I missed all of it somehow.
I have shoes. Would you like to see my little shoes? Yeah, well, what was the question?
What the funniest way you specifically can die?
Well, the funniest way you could die would be like, I think it'd be funny to be like yelling at your child. This is how you should, you dumbass, and then you just die.
It's horrific.
It's like conversation.
That's horrendous. Okay, Graham.
Funniest way you could die.
That's it. That was your answer. Now you're panicking because you didn't get a laugh. And I don't tell you, you would have gotten a laugh
It was
if you
more sad.
pre-planned the email.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Where can the people find you? Where online? Where is the show? Tell them where they can see it.
Right. So I have a new comedy special out on YouTube. You can watch that right now. It's called Graham K. That's me, live in a bowling alley. Graham K. live in a bowling alley. I'm very proud of it. It's for free. I produced it myself. Had a bunch of people from HBO help me make it, so it looks great. And then also I have a new solo show I'm going to be doing in New York, but I am going to be bringing it to Los Angeles, California at Dynasty Typewriter on July 2nd, 7:30 p.m. That's a Monday. Come check it out. The show is called My Brother Has Autism. Yeah, I'm really excited about that show.
Well, where else is it playing? 'Cause I have listeners who aren't just in Los Angeles.
We're gonna be at QED Theater in May. Follow me on the old Instagram at Mr. Graham K, on TikTok, OK Graham K. But yeah, you know, YouTube and whatever. But I post on Instagram, definitely. I post about all my shows all the time. You can sign up for my email list there's like a Linktree thing. It's got all my stuff. We're going to be doing probably a run of shows off Broadway at Under St. Mark's or the Brick Theater. We haven't decided which one yet.
Love
in
to
New
hear
York
it.
in September. So
Love to hear
that's a pretty thorough plug, all at the top of my dome. I'm pretty proud about. I prepared for that.
Good. That you prepared for. That's all. That
yeah.
wasn't even in the fucking email. I was like, don't give any plugs here.
What about this? Doing heart surgery, saving someone's
Okay.
life, and then you die of a heart attack and shit your pants.
Okay. All right. Don't follow Graham after that.
Shit.
Thank you for tuning in.
I like to bomb on either side of my plug.
Can I end the podcast for God's sakes? Thanks for tuning in. Follow Steph Infection on Instagram and follow my YouTube for fuck's sakes. The full videos. You
Do
can see
it.
this
Yes.
in full. And I need more followers on fucking YouTube because apparently I do. I don't know. Don't call me a man in the comments. I will block you. Yeah, follow my Instagram. I got a lot of tour dates coming up too. And send in your body stories. Send in your shit. Don't send it to me over fucking a DM. There's a link in the Steph Infection thing. It's a link tree. It says the first box, send in your body stories. We want to hear them, want to read them. Thank you so much. Thank you, Graham. Go follow this absolute lunatic with a weak ankle.
Do your homework.